Good morning, guys. It's Raynier here. A while ago, we had a post on Facebook where an old friend of mine, Greg McEwen of XVOD, asked me to give my opinion on what defines the SA metal scene. Well, I can probably write a whole book about it, but I'm not going to bore you guys with any of that. So I'll keep it brief, short, sweet, and simple. It's just my opinion, just my voice. You might differ. I don't care. It's just the way it is. It's the way I feel. So, to give my opinion on that, I'm going to have to take you back with me in time, way back till 1993, where I myself, as a metalhead, started out. I was 13 years old back then. The first music I discovered was AC/DC, Motley Crue, Iron Maiden. Sorry, let me just get my notes here. So yeah, that's the first bands I discovered. Later on, I got into heavier stuff such as Sepultura, Obituary, Napalm Death, Cannibal Corpse, which is still today my favorite band. I have a huge Cannibal Corpse collection. I saw them live at Witchfest. I have photos with the band, so that was one of the proudest moments of my whole life. And yeah, later on discovered heavier stuff, but I still stick to the old classics. There's a whole lot of new bands which I really appreciate and which I think are brilliant. But that's off the topic. We're on SA Metal, so let's try to keep it there. Well, I myself started off, as I said, in 93. That's 32 years ago. Some of the first bands I ever saw was The Haunted at the Old Doors pub in Edenvale, Johannesburg. I lived in a small place in the Northern Cape called Ritchie, and I didn't have any money. I had nothing. So I hitchhiked all the way to Joburg with nothing in my pocket, maybe a few bucks, and that was it. But I got my Haunted ticket, and I was very certain I'm going to see The Haunted whatever happened. So basically, I hitchhiked to Johannesburg, saw The Haunted. I think Sacrifix still played that gig, if I remember correctly, with Rust. There were some other two bands which I can't remember now, but I'll get to that if you guys ask me for that. But yeah, I've watched The Haunted gig. It was a blast. It was one of the most violent mosh pits I've ever been in my whole life, and I've been into hundreds of mosh pits. So after the Haunted show, I slept in my buddy's car. Some people sponsored me drinks and just have a blast, and slept in my buddy's car. And next day, he just basically dropped me off at the highway, and I hitchhiked all the way back to Kimberley, hungry, thirsty, bruised, scars, cuts of the violent mosh pit. But I saw The Haunted. That was all that mattered to me at that point of time. Well, my mom and my sister, my stepmom and my stepsister basically said, well, wait till the day you turn 18, then you might have a different point of view of heavy metal and music in general. So I turned 18 and I just got more and more hooked on heavy metal. So they said, yeah, wait till you're in your 20s. Well, that was 21 and 25. So I waited till I'm in my 30s, and I just got deeper and deeper into metal. So now I'm 45 and still going strong. Yeah, still the love of the music is exactly the same as the very first day I discovered metal. I still feel the same. So yeah, that's basically myself in a nutshell. Then get to the topic of what defines SA metal scene. I think let's flip the coin quickly and let's ask what does not define the SA metal scene. There's two words I can basically use that does not define the SA metal scene. It's lack of support, lack of ambition. Guys, we have brilliant musicians in South Africa, top-notch, world-class, brilliant bands. The thing that lacks is support. The other negative thing that I as a person have experienced in metal as general in South Africa is egos. Um, I once heard the saying of a good friend of mine. He said, "Drop the ego and set free the spirit." So that goes a long way. Um, well, let me cut straight to the chase. You guys, as a band, have one sole purpose. Besides of playing music that you love and that you live for, you have one sole purpose, and that is to entertain us as fans. You guys must get the heads banging and the feet tapping. That's your sole purpose, basically, as a band. Without any egos, without any idea from we owe you stuff. We owe you nothing. You guys owe us. You must support us. That's the way it is. No other way. On the other hand of that is the fans, or the fans. You as a fan has one sole purpose, one sole duty. That is to support that band on stage. Or maybe not even on stage. Maybe it's just a better musician doing his own thing like a one-man project, but still, you as a fan have to support. That's the only way we're ever going to take SA Metal forward. That's the only way we're going to meet halfway 50-50. Bands have to entertain us as fans, and us as fans have to support the band in turn.